said, and acted on his conscience. I mean, is it 1 in a million? I mean, it's very, very rare. What the government clearly wants to do is make that kind of person utterly extinct. And they're doing that by giving him a life sentence, charging him with aiding the enemy, giving him 3 years of pretrial confinement, at least a year of it in conditions of cruel and torturous treatment. So they don't want even 1. They don't want 2. They want a big 0. And they want that for the years going forward. So I think our support for Bradley on this issue is absolutely crucial, both because he has to get out and because we want more Bradley Mannings.
Absolutely. The thing that you... Oh, sorry, you can clap for... The thing about a lot of these prosecutions, while some of them rise to the significant level of Bradley Manning or the Pentagon Papers, a lot of them are not as significant. Mine certainly was not. There's actually nothing particularly secret in here, in my book. The purpose of these things, the purpose of taking Tom Drake through 5 years over an unclassified document, those of you who are familiar with the case, Robert McLean, who worked for TSA, he's been charged because of a document that he released that they classified after he released it. The purpose of all these things is exactly the same purpose as Bradley Manning's prosecution. They want to put a head on a stake in the lobby so that other employees realize that they risk a lot to do these things. The sad story is that the easiest book to censor is the one that's never written. The easiest person to silence is the one who chooses him or herself not to speak up. Sorry, God. And the idea is that with Tom Drake's head in the lobby of the NSA, and Ray McGovern at the CIA, and Dan, still I think they've got you at the Pentagon. I mean, these are all signs, these are symbols to everybody else in that building. Shut up, play along, follow the rules, and we'll let you continue to work.
Thing on WikiLeaks, Michael, to extend that, they were just about out of money, flat out of money, having been cut off, of course, by PayPal and Bank of America, Amazon, all the people who could give them credit card contributions. So they were pretty flat a few months ago. John Perry Barlow has been a big spokesperson for freedom of the press, freedom of the internet, very specifically, former lyricist for the Grateful Dead. Started a group, and I'm on the board of it. I was one of the first board members, called the Freedom of the Press Foundation. And you can, well, the reason I mention it, the basic purpose was to funnel money, or see, we couldn't get away with funneling money to WikiLeaks via credit card contributions to the Freedom of the Press Foundation. So I'll give you the end. We started that just a few months ago. John Greenwald is on it, or John Cusack and so on. And we got, within a couple of months, but it isn't just for WikiLeaks, it's for other organizations as well that could be subject to such boycott by the government. And we guaranteed that anybody else other than WikiLeaks, if they use the same approach of cutting them off and boycotting them, we will put them on the list. There's 4 each organizations each 2 months are put on it. We got a couple of $100,000 within a couple of months for WikiLeaks and a couple $100,000 for the other organizations. So the website is pressfreedomfoundation.org. pressfreedomfoundation.org. And spread that around, and you'll see that's a way that people are using to get money. A more recent thing we've done, actually, is to hire a court stenographer, which we're trying to get into the court tomorrow to provide a transcript of the trial. It's still not clear whether she'll be given press credentials to do that or not, but that's the kind of thing we're trying to do. And finally, if I can just back up what Peter said, what this is all about, what we're all doing here, what is our support possibly going to achieve? I must say, well, first of all, of course, it's support for Bradley that's kept this trial going this long with the court costs. Enough has been raised to provide a court defense, so the money for it is very important. Aside from that, tell me if I'm wrong, Michael, but I think there's little we can do to affect the course, our supporters can do to affect the course of the trial itself, or the outcome, very much. It may have some influence on the judge, but I think much bigger influences are her military chain of command, basically, I have to say. But we want, and Bradley Manning wants, not only that information to have gotten out and to be analyzed and to be subject for debate, which has been happening all over the world. We want more Bradley Mannings. And the great deterrent to that has always been really not prosecution in the past. Remember, these are among the first prosecutions ever. People kept their mouths shut for all this time without a real threat of prosecution. There hadn't been any before mine, and only 2 after that, till Obama had 6 so far. But what kept them shut is among careerism to a large extent, but also the feeling that it's just illegitimate, that it's not only their teammates that will see them as a traitor, which will happen, and denounce them, but that the country at large will see them as violating national security and being bad people and having done something wrong, which is the message the government wants to put out. Our support of Bradley Manning, and the more publicity it gets, is the best thing we can do, I think, to show that we appreciate that. It's necessary. He did the right thing. Whatever the court decides, he did what he should have done, and others should do the same. We want more Bradley Mannings. We need more Bradley Mannings, and that's what we can all contribute to.